When I started investing in short-term rentals, I learned everything I could from the resources out there, and honestly, some of them were amazing. But I'm a detail-oriented person who learns visually. So even with all the great content, I kept hitting the same wall. I'd hear someone explain a concept on a podcast and think, okay, great. But my brain would have a little trouble putting that into place. Where's the picture? Where's the spreadsheet? What does this actually look like on paper? How do I actually do that? That gap in my learning is the reason that I ended up building my own system. And it's the reason I'm making the kind of videos that I'm making now. So let me share what helped me and then what I needed in addition to that and what I'd point you toward depending on how you learn. I had some amazing resources as I was starting out, and I genuinely recommend them. And I know there are even more now. The Bigger Pockets Rookie podcast was incredible for me when I was getting started. I listened to every single one of them. The Bigger Pockets Real Estate podcast, still one of my favorites. I loved Dave's data-driven approach. It matched exactly how I think, and that started when I listened to him on STR Data Lab from AirDNA way back when. I bought several books from Bigger Pockets and others, great resources to think about investing from out of state and getting started in real estate investing. And there are great resources out there. If you haven't started with those, I'd point you toward them before anything else, to be honest. They helped me to understand the strategy, the mindset, the why behind real estate investing. But here's where I personally got stuck. I'm a detail person. I'm a visual learner, and I need two things that podcasts and books can't really give you just because of the format. First, a step-by-step, not a high level, but the actual sequence of what to do and what order with what tools. Second, visuals. I could really study diagrams I could look at, spreadsheets that I could open and play around with, pictures of how a tech stack actually fits together. Audio is fantastic for learning concepts and making you think. Books are great for going deep on an idea, but for someone like me who needs to see something laid out and put together to really understand it, I just needed something different on top of that. The biggest place I felt this was the financial modeling piece. There wasn't even a term that I heard a whole lot, but I would hear a lot about cash rates, cash flow, cash on cash return, all great concepts. But I wanted to see if I buy this property and hold on to it for 10 years, 12 years, what does the full picture look like? Not just cash flow in year one, not just one rate of return, but the whole picture, year after year on a curve, set of values, cash flow over time, appreciation, mortgage pay down, equity growth, exit value. I wanted to know all of it. I couldn't find a tool that did all of that in one place, and so I built that too. It's a long-term financial model, 10 minutes of input. It shows you what a property can produce year by year and has an annualized rate of return after the whole period. So it's simple to use, but built on the kind of analysis that I did my whole career running large capital programs. That's called the Profit Planner. It's part of what I teach inside STR Jumpstart, and it's included with my master class as well. The other place I really needed something different was operations. A tech stack is a good example. When I was setting mine up, I read all about the different tools, property management software, dynamic pricing, messaging automation, sometimes with something different, and accounting software, marketing. I knew all the names. I didn't really understand how they fit together until I literally drew it on paper. I'm not sure I even had a clear handle on the use of the words tech stack at all at that point, even though I used to run IT in my old world. But that's how I learn. I have to see how the pieces connect visually. So in my videos and inside STR Jumpstart, I show you the tech stack as a visual diagram, and you can keep it as a download as well. You see what each tool does, where it sits, how it connects together, and how the data flows between them. For someone who learns the way I do, that picture is the difference between confused and confident for me, and it's based on modern tools that we're using right now in the industry. So here's what I want you to take away from this. There is no one right resource for STR education. The podcasts and books I mentioned are genuinely excellent. If you're just exploring whether real estate investing is for you, that's a great place to start. And then if you find yourself like I did, wanting more step-by-step detail, more visuals, more of the actual spreadsheets, and a deep dive on how the numbers could work, that's where STR Jumpstart fits. It's the resource I wish I had had to complement everything else that helped me. Not a replacement for those things, an addition for people who learn the way I do. If you're someone who needs to see it to understand it, or if that would just help you, it's a really affordable way to get this kind of education. This is what I built. The best next step is my free webinar. That's where I walk through the financial model, show you what a portfolio could look like in your situation, and you can see firsthand whether my style of teaching is right for you. It's free. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments. You can also find more information at strjumpstart.com. And if this was useful, hit subscribe. I'm new here, but I'm posting every week, and I'd love to have you along. Thanks, and see you soon.